Going to cover a few separate topics in this video. First and foremost, did one yesterday about the Tyson Fury glove situation. Let's cut to that first. I understand that Team Klitschko, Bernd Bonte, have spoke to the CEO of the glove company. So this has gone right to the top of the boxing corporate world. Apparently the gloves have been dispatched. They're in the Royal Mail. They're winging their way to Tyson Fury right now. So let's just hope the glove manufacturer went first class special delivery rather than saving a few pence and putting on a second class stamp. Because Tyson Fury is still saying that the fight is off if it doesn't go ahead. Let's hope that's all sorted. It sounds from the rumblings coming from both camps that we're on the way to getting this resolved, which would certainly be nice. Hughie Fury is going to be fighting on the undercard. I've just done a separate video which has been uploaded prior to me uploading this relating to that fight, just discussing briefly my initial thoughts on the opponent and how I see that going. Please do check that video out if you're interested in hearing more. Moving swiftly on, I'm keeping it in the same video because there's a few brief things that I wanted to talk about. I couldn't be bothered to film a load of separate videos. Tony Dodson has been announced as someone who's going to be fighting on the undercard of the David Haye return against Mark Demore. Now, it looks like David Haye's running this show as Haymaker Promotions. Broadcast is interesting. We'll see who he signs with, but it looks like it's going to be Haymaker promoted, and Haymaker Promotions have got Tony Dodson involved. I'm sure fans will be flooding to pay pay-per-view for this now the news has been broke that Tony Dodson will be fighting on the undercard, returning at light heavyweight. Perhaps even more worryingly, if you're a David Haye fan, Tony Dodson sensationally revealed that he's been sparring with David Haye and he's never felt power like it. Well, to be honest, if your background is fighting for British super middleweight titles and being beaten by the likes of Paul Smith, it's fairly conceivable that you won't have felt power like David Haye's before. And I think that is one of the major problems with doing a show like this that's not promoted by one of the big guys, is that the undercard is down. But let's just hope, for the sake of David Haye and for the sake of this comeback, that David Haye has better sparring opposition than Tony Dodson. Because this Mark Demore don't look great, but the size of him and what he brings to the table, it's a different kettle of fish than what Tony Dodson brings to the table, let me tell you that. Finally, David Haye today made the comment that Tyson Fury will be on his radar should he be successful against Wladimir Klitschko. I like David Haye. I've been a big fan of his for a very long time. I've gone to his fights, I've followed him. Everyone likes a bit of David Haye. And part of the reason I like David Haye is the WWE style antics and the WWE style arrogance that he brings to the table. At times in that Klitschko build-up, he was so arrogant. He was like one of those pantomime villains that you see in the WWE. But this statement is like arrogance personified. Tyson Fury will be on his radar. Perhaps David Haye should spare just a thought or two to the thousands of fans who spent money on travel, who spent money on hotel accommodation, who spent money on tickets when they booked tickets not once but twice to see David Haye fight Tyson Fury. It's also somewhat arrogant that the sort of presumption that Tyson Fury would get back in the ring with David Haye after all his time was wasted, all of his training camp was wasted, all of his money bringing in sparring partners was wasted. So it's good to know that Tyson Fury will be on the radar of David Haye. I've noticed a few little inconsistencies in the David Haye banter recently. He's saying that I think he said that Tyson Fury hasn't really beaten anyone at this stage, and then in the same sentence he said Mark Demore is a good opponent because he hasn't had a fight with anyone yet, he's got a really good record percentage-wise, and the fact that he's not been in with anyone doesn't mean that he won't be able to keep that winning record up at a higher level. So it's a bit of bravado from the Haymaker, and we do like it, but somewhat arrogant to presume that he's next on Tyson Fury's radar. And let's be honest, from a financial perspective, let's say Tyson Fury goes out and gets chinned in the very first round against Wladimir Klitschko. I don't think it's going to happen, but it could well happen. Vladimir's a class act, and he could well be the hardest punching man in the planet right now. But let's say he does go out there David Haye, Tyson Fury is still a massive event. You know, the build-up for that fight, the backstory, that is a massive event, even if Tyson Fury loses. And I'll tell you what, all of this talk about David Haye being broke and David Haye, you know, needing to sell his ring on eBay because he's, you know, in such financial troubles. A fight with Tyson Fury would still be enough of a windfall to set the average man up for life, let me tell you that. Certainly, you know, I'm slightly younger than David Haye, as you can probably tell, but I'd be retiring from work and retiring from business if I just had a fight with Tyson Fury. So, yeah, it's an interesting setup there from David Haye. He's certainly grabbing the limelight. Don't think there's any coincidence that he's decided to announce his comeback and do the press conference the week of Fury Klitschko. He obviously wants to be mentioned in the same reports and the same conversations. David Haye's adding colour to this division. He's an interesting character. He's an intriguing fighter. Let's see where it goes. Let's see where Tyson Fury goes this weekend. I'm very much looking forward to it. Let me know your thoughts. Please do comment in the section below. If you've enjoyed this video, do click the thumbs up. Do subscribe to the channel. I'd certainly appreciate it. Thanks for watching.